Hey, you. Yeah, you there. Have you ever wanted to play a class in World of Warcraft that lets you turn off your brain? Well, I've got good news. I've got just the class for you. It's called Guardian. Now, you might be wondering, what does a Guardian do? Well, I'm going to go over the abilities just slightly. I won't go over the numbers, but we'll talk about the abilities because this class is honestly so ridiculous that it blows my mind that this is a thing. Because it's a PvE god. It's okay at PvP, although I don't really want to showcase it in PvP today because I just don't think maybe my gear's lacking or something. I was doing PvP and I just felt like I was getting constantly dunked on. But for PvE, this is amazing. So, let's talk about its skills. So first off, you've got Raise Shield. Now this reduces damage you take by 95% for 2 seconds and has an 8-second cooldown. This is a big one, at least for the level 30 cap, because if you use it and you get hit while it's on, and then during that 2 seconds, you get inspiration. I'm not sure if inspiration stacks. I haven't seen it. All I've seen is that you get like 1 inspiration. Now, what does inspiration do? Inspiration by itself doesn't seem to do anything, but you can use abilities like Arcing Strike, which inflicts 80% weapon damage and hits the person you're hitting in like up to 3 of its allies. So it's like a little bit of an AoE. But if you've got Inspiration, it also gives you a buff that reduces all damage taken by 8% and increases all healing by 15%. So it's pretty, Inspiration is like this. You'll have abilities that just do something normal, and then Inspiration comes in, and then bam, it's adding to the effect. Like, for example, Pulverize, which slams an enemy with your shield, dealing 12% of your maximum health as physical damage. But if you have Inspiration, it resets the cooldown, because it had a 6-second cooldown. You've got Death Ram, which is a very hard-hitting ability. At least, that's what it felt like. Slams the target with your shield, causing physical damage based on your shield block value, plus your agility. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a strength scaling class. I've picked strength, and from what I can tell, strength is the best way to go with this Guardian class. Then you've got Line Breaker, which is just an AoE cone. Very good, does damage, 12 yards. You've got Thundering Charge. Now, Thundering Charge is pretty sweet. You move at 100% movement speed for 5 seconds, and you can't stop it. At the end of the 5 seconds, you stomp the ground, dealing some little damage, not huge. But then you also knock people down. But you cannot stop moving during this buff. So that's the thing. But at the end of it, you knock people down, you do a little bit of damage. It's nice. Challenge. 30-yard range, instant cast, 8 seconds. It commands the target to attack you. It's basically a taunt. But if you've got Inspiration, it instead fears them. You've got this sweet little Titanic Oath, which requires a shield. It says reduces all damage taken by 5%, increases your block value by 20%. Also increases the threat generated by your physical damage effects by 30%. And this lasts forever until you just want to remove it. So it's pretty good. Then you got some more defensive buffs. Iron Guard. You fortify your defenses, reducing melee damage taken by 38% for 10 seconds. You also gain immunity to knockback and knockup effects for the duration. And if you have Inspiration, it gives you a damage shield, and it lasts 20 seconds. It's pretty good. Shield Formation. Instant 1-minute cooldown. All allies within 6 yards will take 80% reduced physical damage and have 20% increased block chance for the next 6 seconds, including yourself. While active, your movement speed is reduced by 40%. So this is a pretty good button in BGs, I've found. Especially when you've got like Barbarians or Knights of Zoroth on people. It's a pretty good ability. Oh my gosh, I didn't turn off Discord. Shame on me. You've got this one last buff over here. It's called Banner of Haste. Now, I've looked through Guardian skills, and they get a bunch of banners. And they're actually pretty slick, some of them are. I really enjoyed it. I like looking at the banners. I'm like, man, this is cool. Banner of Haste. You throw down a Banner of Haste, increasing the attack speed, ranged haste, and spell haste of nearby allies for 10 seconds. This has quite a bit of range. I'll actually show you what kind of range it has right now. As you can see, the banner buff is up here. And you can go over here, and you'll still be... Oh, there it goes. So it's got quite a long range. Sorry. It's pretty useful, and as you level up. All right, that's it. I've had it with these Discord notifications. I finally got it. I gave you warning. It's over. All right. Back to the video. Up past 30, you'll get more Guardian buffs with those banners. And then finally, we come to our last skill, is War Quake. This is an ability you actually get at level 30. You slam down wooden spikes around you for 8 seconds, instantly dealing 62 to 64 physical damage to all enemies within 8 yards. Enemies in the area will have their movement speed slowed by 40% and bleed 6 to 12 physical damage every 1 second. Consume stacks of Blitz on affected enemies to deal additional damage. I don't know what Blitz is. Haven't got it. We're level 30 Guardian and we do not have Blitz, so that ability is really strong. Now, I really want to show you guys what it looks like for a level 30 Guardian in PvE, because to me, Guardian is the farming class. This is the high risk farming class. You want to go get gear. They've said that Conquest of Azeroth will have a high risk system like it does in the Project Ascension. So this, you want a high risk farm, pick a Guardian, and I'm about to show you why. One thing I forgot to do is show y'all some of the passives that they get. For example, Duty, which increases your block rating by 50% of your strength and your attack power by 35% of your agility. Your successful blocks deal 42 to 44 physical damage to nearby enemies. And then there's another one we're looking for. I believe it is Recuperation. Whenever you are hit by a physical attack, you generate 4 energy. As you can tell, or maybe not tell because I haven't said anything about it, Guardian is a very energy-based class, right? Kind of like Rogues in Classic WoW. But yeah, so let me just show you guys what the power that can be done with this class, because it is amazing at AoE farming. I'll show you guys that. So we're going to hit our Thundering Charge right here. This gives us 100% move speed. We're walking into these dudes, grabbing everything we can. Where that little damage thing you're seeing going off that's okay. Well, we just press buttons. We don't use our brain. We don't need to use our brain. Let's reduce the damage we take a little bit here. Line. Okay, then we just kill everything. And that was actually a bad run. That was not the best run. I'm sorry. Speaking at the same time, and look, you can just get tons of loot. That's what I've been doing. Just getting here, high risk farming, tons of loot, and just getting money basically. So yeah, you can just AoE things down and it's dumb because you constantly block attacks. The damage from Duty is on a 5-second cooldown. It used to have no cooldown at all, which made it extremely broken because you could just, a group like that would just insta-kill themselves. And then you use Warquake, that does a ton of damage. And then Thundering Charge also does some damage. It does a knockdown if you can gather them up. If they're a little bit more dense, if the mobs are more dense, then it works out a little bit better. But yeah, it's a big AoE class for farming. Like, you can just farm the crap out of stuff with it. And yeah, let's do one more example. Alright, let's gather these mobs up. Give it a good old go. They dazed me, slowed me. That's unfortunate. Get a couple more mobs over here. Pop our 95% damage reduction buff. Our defensives. And then just spam our AoEs. Arcing strikes and AoE, and so bam, they're all dead. Easy clap. Oh, look at that. We got a blue two-hander. And that's what you'll get whenever you do high-risk farming. You'll get blues and dungeon loot and all that good stuff. And that's why I like Guardian. It's very efficient at farming this stuff. So anyways, that's it. Guardian at level 30. I'd show PvP, but man, it just felt like I was getting destroyed in PvP. I don't know if it's my gear or what, but I mean, it does destroy certain people like barbarians and stuff like that, like other melee. But yeah, Very defensive, very tanky class, very good for PvE. Extremely good for PvE, I would say. And yeah, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one.